The O Cannabis Conference and Expo returns to Toronto June 1st through the 3rd, and there's still some good booth locations available. This exciting event is free for cannabis retailers and will feature Tommy Chong receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award at the O Cannabis Industry Awards. For more information about exhibiting or to register to attend, go to ocannabis.com. That's OCANNABIZ.com. Welcome back to the Talking Hedge. I'm Josh Kincaid, capital markets analyst and host of your cannabis business podcast. Back with us is Rohit Srivastava. He's the chief investment officer and portfolio manager with C3 Fund to give us an update about his cannabis index. And the fund had a pretty good fourth quarter. I think in September, we didn't hold any equities. And then that was a precursor to a little bit of a dip, which the trading robot took advantage of. And then we asked the question in October, is the market ready to pop? Which it was. And then we had a nice rebound, lots of volume, lots of interest post-election. So excited to hear what's going on next. Rohit, let us know what's going on. But first, disclosure.
Sure. Disclaimer that this is all for entertainment. This is all for learning. We do our own analysis and you do yours. We're not giving any advice. We're just telling how we do it and what we do. So that's the disclaimer. This is for learning and entertainment purpose only. We've been talking about the indexes, and now we have 18 of them, not 19 out of that. And we will be updating a couple of more into this list in next year. So at this point, what we have is about 18 stocks as tracking as our cannabis index. This is from the inception of this video blog we have been doing, and this was about 6 months ago. This was 3 months ago. This was 2 months ago. This was last month, where it had just popped up from the 535 support line. And this month now we are looking at keep popping up. And we are looking at 675 as a support. That is where I think in the next couple of months we will see the overall stock price rising. From the cash flow, this is from our inception, and this was last month where we saw a great a price hike after the 11/9, after the election and all the votes from different states where they make it legalized. But we were very optimistic, and I am still very optimistic. The one of the thing which you see here is that the price dipped, the money flow. Some of them took profit out of that, but it is still above the average daily value per equity, and that's really a strong indication that the prices are holding up and they're not really going to go down in there. There will be some correction, but I think overall it looks very optimistic. From our fund perspective, this is where we are as of yesterday. Sorry, the date is not updated. It's 11/17. It has to be 12/17. But this is where we are as of yesterday, and we are about 28%, which is one of the good thing which you can see in this is that MJ and POTX, they basically have turned positive from the last couple of months, but they're still pretty much down for this year. But overall, as compared to that, we are about 28%. And like we always say that when the market is going really crazy, we're not we don't gain as much as POTX and MJ, but we don't lose as much as them as well. So the overall number, you might be saying, oh yeah, it's less, but you check out the overall number from the inception of this date, which is like about 4 months from now. It is still twice as much as of POTX. So this is where we stand at this point. This gives you an overall idea how we progressed in the last 1.5 years, where we are right now. Now, we had been talking about one of the things which we had been giving update about is the index itself. And for people who are looking at POTX and MJ, so this was in August, and this MJ, this was in August, and not August, October. This was in November, and in November we were talking about that it found the 200 support, and it was in the upward direction, and it is still going in the upward direction when it was at 1355, and we're expecting by March it should be like about 2020. So in November we talked about like how we were very optimistic. It did find this 200-day moving average support where it rebounded from there, and where we were anticipating is that we were anticipating the stock to reach 1750, and it already has reached like 1550. So it's like about halfway there where we were talking about last month. And at this point where we are right now is that it is still very optimistic. It is like you can see that the right now where we this was the 200-day support which we were talking about, but since then it has always stayed above the 5 and the 13 EMA, which is a very optimistic approach, which really means that the market is very optimistic about this particular index or pot stocks in general. One of the money flow index, we have our own money flow, and like we said earlier, that the money flow index has all now since November it has still been above the average money value. Here also you can see that the Chaikin money flow, which is another kind of money flow index, it is in the upward direction, which really means that the emotion around this particular index or this particular set of stocks is very good. So that's what we have today, and overall where we are is it's probably reaching back to the 635 support. These are the stocks which we are holding right now. GWPH we just bought it like 2 days ago, and overall we have a gain 28% gain since like the last 4 months. So it has been doing extremely amazing as far as where we are right now. That's all we have for today.
It's a great way to end the year to break old resistance and get new support levels. So maybe we can take that all into our personal lives as well.
Yes, that's so
all
true.
right. Well, to find out what happens in 2021, you're going to have to come back to the Talking Hedge and find out. With that, we're going to roll this one up. I'm Josh Kincaid. This is the Talking Hedge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, or don't, and I'm out.
I'm Larry Michigan. I'd like to invite you to join Jim, Marty, and me on our weekly podcast, The Deadhead Cannabis Show. Each week we explore the latest cannabis and jam band news and reminisce with other cannabis industry deadheads and jam band aficionados about the great musical acts that we've seen and heard. Check out a new episode every Monday at mjbulls.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.